Okay, now we get to really do our geometry story problem. So this is the second part of Lecture 9. These are the formulas that we're going to use. I'm not going to be able to keep them on the screen just because we need our screen for working the problems. So you should have those on the inside cover of your book or in the lecture notes if you look in your lecture notes. So keep those in front of you. That'll help a lot if you've got those right in front of you. Okay, let's say a builder buys a rectangular lot of land such that the length is 5 meters less than 2 times the width. If the perimeter is 590, find the length and the width. So the first thing to do is make a key. Since it's geometry, I'm probably for my key just going to draw a picture. So here's my plot of land. Okay, I know that the length is 5 meters less than 2 times the width. Since the length is being compared to the width gets to be the variable. So I'll say the width, it could be W, I'm just going to use X. So if that's the width, how do I write the length? Well, it's 5 meters less than 2 times the width. Remember, less than is one of those tricky phrases where the order switches when you're translating between English and math. So there's 5 meters less than 2 times the width. It's 2x minus 5. Now, we don't know anything about the area of that rectangle, but we do know what the perimeter is. So look on your formula sheet, and we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. My width is x. So it's 2 times x, and my length is 2x minus 5. So plus 2 times 2x minus 5. And I know the perimeter is 590, so I put that in for P. Okay, now this is just an equation that we should be used to solving. First rule of solving an equation is to distribute. So I have 590 equals 2x plus 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. Next, I'm going to combine like terms. The 2x and the 4x are like terms, so I get 6x. Now I have 590 equals 6x minus 10. I want all variable terms on one side and all numbers on the other. Add 10 to both sides. Divide both sides by 6, and I get x equals 100. Now don't stop there. Don't circle that and say you're done. Come back, look at your picture, make sure you're answering the question. It says find the length and the width. So I'd have 100. And plugging in 100 for x, I get 195. Don't forget your units. How would you find your units? Okay, they're in meters. So the width is 100 meters and the length is 195 meters. Okay, going on to the next problem. See if you can do this one on your own. Pause the video, work it on your own, and then you can come back and restart. Okay, you and your sister have matching bracelets. Your sister's bracelet is 2 centimeters smaller than yours, meaning the radius is 2 centimeters smaller. There's several ways that could be interpreted, so we're going to say it's the radius. If the total circumference is 39 centimeters, what's the radius of your bracelet? Here's pictures, a big bracelet and a little bracelet. Mine has a radius of r. My sister's is r minus 2. Now it's talking about circumference. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. You can see that on your formula sheet. So for my bracelet, it's 2 times pi, which will approximate using 3.14, times r. For my sister's bracelet, again, it's 2 pi times her radius, which is r minus 2. It says the total circumference is 39. Total means add them together. So 39 equals my circumference plus her circumference. And now we'll just simplify and solve. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. Now I need to distribute. So I have 39 is 6.28r plus 6.28r minus 12.56. Combine like terms. 39 is 12.56r minus 12.56. I need variable terms on one side, number terms on the other. So I add 12.56 to both sides and divide by 12.56. So I have r is equal to 4.10509.554 ... Close enough if I say my radius is 4.1 centimeters and hers is 2.1 centimeters. Let's come back and look at what the question asked. What is the radius of my bracelet? My bracelet has a radius of 4.1 centimeters. Okay, next problem. You make a picture frame out of an 18-foot long piece of barnwood. The width is 1 foot less than the length. What are the dimensions of the frame? Again, you're completely prepared to do this one on your own. Do it on your own and pause the video and then come back. Okay, first step is to draw a picture. Here's my frame. I know my width is 1 foot less than the length. I can use L for the length, but my lowercase l's kind of look like 1, so I'm going to use X. So I have X is my length, X minus 1 is my width. Now, what else do I know? I don't have a perimeter, do I? I don't have an area. What do I know? Okay, well, I know that I made this picture frame out of an 18-foot long piece of barnwood. We're going to assume that we used the whole thing. It doesn't say that, but we kind of have to assume something. So we're going to say my perimeter is 18 because I used all the barnwood. It's equal to 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. Distribute. Combine like terms. Variables on one side, numbers on the other. Dividing is my very, very, very last step. So I get x equals 5. So my length is 5 feet and my width is 4 feet. Those are my dimensions. Okay, next one. The largest angle in a triangle is 3 times the smallest angle. The middle angle is 2 times the smallest angle. Find the measure of each angle. Okay, so we have, all right, here we have another triangle story problem. Here, the largest angle in a triangle is 3 times the smallest, and the middle angle is 2 times the smallest. Find the measure of each angle. Notice again that we're talking about the angles of the triangle. We're not talking about the length of the sides. If we were talking about the length of the sides, that would be perimeter. We're only talking about angles. So if the largest angle is 3 times the smallest, let's say this is the smallest, and then that would be 3 times the smallest, so that would be 3x. The middle angle is 2 times the smallest, so that would be 2x. Now, if this were a perimeter problem, they'd need to tell me the perimeter, but it's not a perimeter problem, it's an angle problem. So they don't need to tell me anything because I know the angles of a triangle will add up to give me 180. So I have x plus 2x plus 3x is equal to 180. Combining like terms, I get 6x equals 180. Divide by 6 and x equals 30. So the smallest angle is 30 degrees. The largest is 90, and then the middle angle is 60 degrees. Okay, for our last geometry story problem, 2 angles are supplementary. Okay, before I do anything else, 2 angles are supplementary. That's what I want you to draw right there. 2 supplementary angles make a straight line. Okay, now we'll keep reading. 2 angles are supplementary. One angle is 3 times as large as the other. So for the small angle, if that's x, then the big angle is 3 times x. Now for supplementary angles, don't get this confused with a triangle because a triangle is very, very different from supplementary and complementary angles, even though they involve the same number sometimes. So for supplementary, I know that they add to equal 180, just like a triangle, but it's not a triangle. Okay, combining like terms, 4x equals 180, or x equals 45 degrees, so 45 goes here. 3 times 45 is 135, and my angles are 45 degrees and 135 degrees.